my name is Eric and I'm doing another one of my photography vlogs called One Body, One Lens, One Roll, One Day. I am here at Richfield Heritage Park. Been here a couple times. There's some cool mill. I got a partially frozen lake. There's pass going on the way. As you can kind of see, I'm near the lake right now. Cool trees that, breaking out of the ice and stuff like that. So neat place to come visit and shoot. Today's camera is a Konica Auto Reflex TC with their standard 50mm 1.7. I do have a Hoya protection filter on it. No big deal. Just that's how I got it. Today's film is actually some Konica film, so I'm pairing up the Konica camera to the Konica film. This is a 30-year-old film, expired in '94. So I'm going to adjust it by 3 stops. Now this is some 100 speed stuff, so 3 stops technically will be closer to ISO 12. Now I don't have a battery in this camera, so I currently do not have a meter. But all these shutter speeds are mechanical, so no big deal there. I will just have to modify a Sunny 16 rule for a couple of reasons. 1, expired film. And 2, it is an overcast day, not a bright sunny day. So let's see what I can get, see if I can get my math even close to right. And I'll go through that math in a second here as soon as I load it up. I always like going one full spin around, that way it doesn't slip off. Close it up and advance it. Make sure I'm tight, cool. Okay. So Sunny 16 says on a sunny day at f16, your film speed, or your shutter speed should be closely matched to your film speed. Okay, so assuming that, I'm going to go to f16, and I'm going to go to 125th of a second. So that should be a normal Sunny 16 rule with fresh film on a sunny day. So first I'm going to adjust 3 stops for the expired film. So I'm going to take the shutter speed down to a 60th of a second, so that's 1 stop. Take my f16 down to 11, that's 2 stops, and then down to 8, that's 3 stops. Now it's overcast, not sunny, so I'm going to drop it down 2 more stops. You know what, let me drop it down 3 stops. So instead of f8, 5, 6, 4, 2, 8. So I'm going to fire 60th of a second, 2, 8. It's nice even lighting, so I shouldn't really have to change it that much. If anything, I've probably favored a little on the overexposed side, and for expired film, that is fine, because sometimes the base is kind of dark and that overexposure does help out. Again, I don't have a battery on this one. This uses PX625 batteries. Now, the original Mercury 625 batteries were 1.35 volts. They don't make it anymore. They can't put mercury in batteries, and actually would use 2 of them. So now you got 2 other options. One, you've got an alkaline variant, a 625, which does a 1.5 volts. So using 2 of them, you're going to go from a 2.7 combined volts to a 3 volt, which can throw your meter off a little bit. Now for usually maybe about a half a stop or so. Now for print film, which is mostly what I shoot, it's not a big deal, right? Half stop either way, not a big deal for negative stuff. Now for slide stuff, it becomes a little bit more critical. You can also get a Wien zinc air battery, 1.35 volt. And when you get those, there's a sticker covering up 2 holes. Peel the sticker off, give it a few minutes for the air to kind of react with the zinc to create the energy. Put it in there and shoot. The only problem with this is it's always reacting even though your camera's turned off. So if you're going to put your camera away, you're done shooting for the day, take a piece of electrician's tape, gaff tape, heck even scotch tape, cover up those holes. That'll really slow down the reaction, and maybe you can nurse that battery longer because you've slowed down that reaction time. All right, I'm all loaded up. Let me get a couple shots. Let me see what I can get. Okay, this camera may not be 100%. There is a slight reaction time between, or slight reaction delay from when I push the shutter button on the extra shirt and fires. It's only like a fraction of a second, but I can feel it. You push it down, it should fire. Fire, fire. It's push, fire. So it's that slight lag. Not a big deal, but if you're shooting action, something you'd have to pay attention to. as you get used to shooting cameras, you start sensing any type of reaction delays because of focusing or whatever. Just get used to the equipment that you're shooting. All right, I'm gonna head up that way. Be right back. Okay, I shot my last roll, or not my last roll, I shot my last shot. This was a roll of 12 exposure, so it was a very short roll. And I got, looks like I got 11. Looks like on my load up, I lost a shot, but that's okay. I would rather you lose one shot than have it slip off and lose the entire roll and you don't know what's going on. All right, so this is just like all the other manual mechanical cameras, there is a release button. This time it is also on the bottom. And I'm going to rewind it. You'll meet some resistance, and usually about as many winds as you did, how many shots you did, is about how many rewinds you'll get. And there it releases. I'm going to go a couple extra so it makes it inside the canister. I'm going to pop open the door. Now this door opens a little differently. A lot of the other, whoo, nice little breeze there. Almost lost my hat. You would pull up on the rewind and pull it and the door would spring open. This one actually has a latch down on the bottom. There's a few Nikons that are like that too, maybe even a Minolta. So make sure you pay attention to where your release button is for the doors there. All right, photos will be posted at the end. Expired film, you never really know. But I have shot some of this Konica before. It was from a batch that I got off eBay, and not necessarily kept well, but it scans okay. Some of them have scanned weird, but you know, we'll see what I get. Today's camera was a Konica Auto Reflex TC with a standard 50mm 1.7 Konica Hexanon AR lens. Feel free to comment on your experience with Konica cameras, either the SLRs or their point shoots. I actually had some really cool point shoots. I really like the Ep98, the Ep140s from back in the day. I haven't found any of those, but you know, eventually I'll find one. Feel free to like the photos, yes. Comment, cameras, yes. And subscribe. New episodes try to come out about every Friday, every Saturday, you know, twice a week. Sometimes there's bonus episodes. I did one on Mansfield Reformatory. I actually shot 5 or 6 rolls of film there. I did, instead of one roll for the entire thing, I did one roll per section. One of my longer episodes, so if you get into spooky places, I shot that all in black and white. It's kind of cool. All right, thanks for watching. We'll check you next episode.